Hi guys, on this video I'm going to talk about foot care and in particular blisters. So for blisters we need to look at two things, the prevention and the treatment. Obviously the prevention is favourable over the treatment. So in order to look at prevention we need to look at the causes of blisters. And there's two main causes of blisters, and some of you will probably find this out the hard way. But the two main causes is friction and moisture. So we have to look at how to eliminate or at least reduce significantly friction of your feet in your boots and the moisture. And if you haven't seen the videos before, have a quick look at the videos that I put up earlier regarding boots, boot selection, socks and insoles. And a lot of what I say in there should eliminate the friction side of this topic. So we'll look at the friction in more detail. Again, when looking at purchasing boots, you need to make sure the right fit. Get your feet measured and analysed. Make sure you've got a pair of boots, and also make sure they're laced up properly. Badly laced boots are as bad as having a badly fitted boot. So make sure you lace them up. Also, half an hour into your tab or walk, lace them up again. Especially the newer boots now, they tend to have, as mentioned before, a memory foam ankle. Now these can be quite bulky when you first lace your boots up, and as you go tabbing, your body warms up, and this material's heated up and it'll expand. So what you need to do is, after about half an hour tabbing, stop and relace your boots a little bit tighter. Okay, that's as much as you can do with friction. It's just about keeping your feet as still as possible in the boot when you move. Okay, the other side of that is moisture. Okay, so to eliminate moisture, we have to look at what kind of socks we're using. We need to look at are your boots Gore-Tex or not, and we need to figure out where we're actually going walking as well. If we need gaiters, and whether it's what the weather's going to be like. Now the insoles again play a major part in this to keep moisture away. As mentioned before, the Sorbethane's a perfect example of how to wicker away moisture from the sock. Keeping your feet dry, keeping your socks dry is paramount to reducing or eliminating blisters. So that said, another good idea, especially when you're on a fan dance, take a couple of minutes, especially at the halfway point. You'll have medics there as well to help you out. Take a couple of minutes, take your boots off, wring your socks out, wring your insoles out, dry your feet, put a little bit of talc on if possible, and I'll show you with talc. Athlete's foot powder is probably the best stuff to get if you've got athlete's foot or not. It's good powder in a little bag like this, okay, and rather than putting half the talc on the floor and a little bit on your foot, okay, get your bag, put some talc in the bag and then stick your foot in the bag. You get no waste, no mess, and the talc still remains in your bag so you can put it away later. Okay, so you just put your foot in there and then massage the talc into your feet. Okay, it takes about 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes could save you actually making the whole route or not, or it could knock a good deal more than 5 minutes off your time. So take a little bit of admin, make sure your feet are dry. Also, look out for tender spots. Now you should be doing this in your preparation. Remember, planning and preparation is everything when it comes to events like the fan dance. Make sure you're prepped for it, and by that I mean make sure you know where your tender spots, if any, that you get on your feet. And what I used to do is I used to use a marker pen and mark around tender spots on my feet that I get. If they become very common or typical, then I would use a zinc oxide tape to tape your feet up. Now, in order to put tape on, you need to know exactly what you're doing with it. It's not just a matter of putting a bit of tape on your foot and hoping for the best. If you put tape on your feet and you've put it on incorrectly, you're going to cause more problems than not putting it on at all. So I'll quickly run through how to put tape on your feet. Okay, and here's a foot that I found earlier. Okay, zinc oxide tape. You can buy this from most outdoor shops. Don't go to chemists like Boots because they'll sell you the silly brown stuff. This is actually a little bit smaller than the stuff you need. The stuff you need is about twice as wide as this if possible. This is what I've got at the moment because I don't use it. Okay, take a little bit of tape. Now this all depends on where obviously your tender spot is, but let's say if it's on your heel, because let's face it, most are, or the ball of your feet. Okay, if you can see this here, what you're looking for, there's no science in actually putting the tape on initially. Okay, what you're looking for is when you apply this tape, you need to stretch it over that area. And when you actually apply that tape, you need to make sure you take in the creases out of that tape. Okay, you can see there's no creases in that at all. If you get any creases here, that's going to come off. Water or moisture is going to get inside them creases and come off. Okay, and in actual fact, this whole tape could easily come off if, like me, you sweat easy when you're tabbing. Okay, and what the moisture will do is get behind this or rub onto it with your sock, and the friction with the moisture could peel at the edges. Okay, so the trick behind this is this stuff. Okay, it's called Friar's Balsam. Okay, and you can pick it up from most chemists, or you can get it ordered in. Now in the military they call it Tink Bends, and it's the same stuff. It's got a very distinctive smell to this. You won't forget it once you've smelt it once. It reminds me of the army. It reminds other people of tabbing or whatever you've been doing with it. It is actually used as an inhalant as well for colds. But in this case, it can be used for the treatment of blisters and also the prevention. Okay, with the prevention, what we do with it is you get a cotton wool bud, or just use your hands like I'm about to. Okay, it's in your hand, and dab it onto the area. Okay, it's like an orangey iodine. Okay, and what you do then is apply the tape. Wait for about, I would say about 30 seconds, and what happens, that becomes very tacky, like glue. And then apply the tape. Be careful where you apply the tape, because this tape will stick, and will stick hard. And what you will probably find is you'll need surgical spirits to actually get this tape off afterwards. Okay, yeah, don't worry. And that's basically it. What you're making sure is there's no creases around the sides. Okay, and make sure you cover that tender spot properly. Every now and then, check your feet at the halfway point, take your boots off as mentioned, and check to see if the zinc's still on. If not, take it off, start again, or at least cut off the corner. Okay, make sure you got some of that iodine or the Tink Bends or Friar's Balsam underneath. Okay, I'll chat on the next video about blister treatment. I'll see you on the other side.